Hey everyone, my name is Chris Lambert, and on this channel we talk Kanye West, and today we're going to be talking the Kanye West Netflix documentary. And if you need a refresher, it was back in April that news of this first broke. We made a video, hey, and just saying hi to my younger self, months ago. And we went over the details of this documentary. You can see the Billboard headline was 21 years in the making, sells for $30 million. So the details of that were that these two guys, Coodie and Chike, Coodie was working with Kanye on, I do believe, the Through the Wire video back in the day. And they brought it to MTV where Chike worked, as Kanye knew both individually. And they met through Kanye, and the two of them have been working together ever since and directed Jesus Walks version 3 for Kanye. But it seems like over the last 21 years, the two have continued to do video coverage of Kanye to document him, and with the idea of putting this documentary together at some point in time. And it seemed like 2021 was the time we were finally going to be getting that. When we did the initial reporting, there was no confirmation that Kanye was involved with the project. It seemed like something that Coodie and Chike were doing on their own, and that we assumed they would at least have some kind of blessing from Kanye since they're friends with him, that he would be more excited about them doing a documentary than some totally random unknown person, right? But we hadn't heard Kanye specifically comment on the documentary, whether he's happy with it, unhappy with it. We just kind of were waiting for more details after this initial April announcement. And we haven't heard anything since. Surprising, in the world of Kanye, that something would get announced and then be delayed, may never come out. So you can see here that Cocky Yeezus posted to West Sub Ever and apparently had this confirmed with the mods, or at least sent their source of information to the mods, because the mods initially took this post down until there was some sort of verification, which means that there's at least some degree of vetting to it. But with that said, take this with a grain of salt. We have no idea what's actually going on behind the scenes. Somebody might have some information, but the information might be 10% right, 50% right. The likelihood of it being 100% correct, very slim. So I'm not saying this is exactly what happened, but in the sense that we are starved for information and there's nothing really happening with DONDA right now, why not, talk about this and at least document it. And then when more information does come out, we can return to this knowing that we've talked about it, covered it, and at least have it as a frame of reference. So let's get into what's going on here. Okay, I already shared this information with Ahmad. I was skeptical about sharing this because the source is close to me and I don't want you guys to know it. I completely understand that. There's things that people tell me all the time that I'm just like, I would love to let people know, but it's in confidence and I don't even want to say it and then try to protect the source. It's just, better to not say it. Take it as you want. I will only confirm this to Ahmad. In beginning of June, 2 episodes were sent to Netflix so they could do the marketing and the subtitles for each country. They both kept on hold, waiting for permission, Kanye's potentially, I don't know. Which, that was the thing, as far as we knew, Kanye wasn't involved in the deal to have this sent to Netflix. But maybe that changed after it was announced. Maybe Kanye got involved. I'm not sure, but it seems like there was some kind of delay from when the initial episodes were sent in June. On July 13th, Netflix received the information that those 2 episodes are not going to go on air anymore. They changed their mind or something like that. I don't know much specifications on this. So apparently 2 episodes are sent. Then a month later, they're told not to air those episodes, that they're no longer happy with them. Okay. Although on August 5th, late night, Netflix received a file for only 1 episode and urgently sent to different countries' teams so they could translate the marketing ads and the subtitles. They asked for it to be done urgently until the next morning. So apparently it seems that whatever the first 2 episodes were, they get scrapped. And then a new first episode is put together and seems to be set to drop on August 6th with the release of Donda, right? So it's like Kanye's finishing the album. He wants the first episode of the Netflix to drop at the same time. So Netflix gets sent this episode that then they're trying to get subtitled and prepared for the surprise release so they can drop it in coinciding with the album release. Okay, that's the word I was looking for. So then we go, in the next morning, the producers told Netflix to put the episode on hold. Okay, so this would be the second time that Netflix gets episodes, prepares for it, and then is told no, no, no. Someone changed his mind again. I wonder who. And now that episode is done and ready to air on hold, waiting for permission. Damn. Okay. I would guess Kanye was going to release the album, or at least a single and also the first episode, the same day, and they pushed back those releases. Potentially it was going to be a West Day Ever. Just a guess. Let's wait patiently. Huge stuff is coming. I'll only confirm this to Ahmad. So that's what we have, Okay. I mean, I can see it happening. It tracks with everything that we've seen regarding Kanye projects over the last few years, where they get started, they make a decent amount of progress into the project, they get close to release, and then there's a pullback. And I don't want to release this isn't ready. It's the same thing. Like, the Gap line was supposed to drop in June, the full thing, like all the clothes, all the jackets, shirts, pants, everything. And then Kanye, we're told at the last minute, decided he only wanted to release one jacket. And now we're in June, July, August, and we've gotten 3 different versions of that jacket, but nothing else from the line. And that jacket is sold very well, but then at the same time, it's not supposed to ship until November, which means people bought it in June. They're not supposed to get it to the end of November. And the red one that went on sale during the second listing party may not ship until 2022. So it's just like, man, the amount of delays and the amount of just like stagnation isn't the right word, but just the amount of delays is getting disheartening when it comes to everything in Kanye's world, right? It's the album that's delayed. It's the Yeezy Gap that's delayed. It's all the stuff from West Day Ever that was announced that none of it has come to fruition. It's the documentary that gets announced and then doesn't come to fruition. It's the stem player that seems announced and doesn't come to fruition. I mean, there's the impatient perspective, right? Like, just release something. And then there's the patient perspective of, well, he's refining things. If he didn't feel comfortable with it, then it's probably for the best that it did come out. We know that Kanye, if he really thought it was in the right spot, would release it, as he has with so many things over the course of the 2 decades that he's been a professional figure. So I keep oscillating between the two. I want something, but then at the same time, I also know that when Kanye finally releases it, it's going to be better for the wait. But man, I'm just tired, tired. But we'll see if there's any updates with this. But it also means that when the album drops, if the album drops, then we might be getting the Netflix or the first episode of this Netflix Kanye documentary on the same day, which would be cool and exciting. But we'll see. We'll see if this is true, not true, if it's one of those things that was true at the time, but by the time the documentary eventually does come out, who knows if we can validate this in any way. Is it a Casey Pluto thing where it's technically right, but then technically wrong because things change? Who knows? We'll see. But that's it for this video. If you're enjoying the channel and you want to support us, then the easiest way is to like, subscribe, comment, as any of those things tell YouTube this is a channel people like, so then they show it to others, which goes a long way in supporting us. We also have our podcast, Watching the Throne, a lyrical analysis of Kanye West, where we do deep dives, line by line, track by track, album by album through Kanye's discography, explaining the meanings, themes, nuance of every Kanye song and every Kanye album. It's the thing we're most well known for, and the thing that professionally I think we're best at, as we also run a movie analysis website called Film Colossus, where we explain the themes and endings of movies. So we take the expertise that we have in that arena and apply it to Kanye. So if you want to check that out, it's available on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, wherever you listen to podcasts. We have started uploading videos to YouTube as well, but the majority of the content is in podcast form. So if you want to hear the College Dropout episodes, for instance, you have to check out the podcast. But all the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy episodes, which will start next week, are going to be on YouTube. So look forward to those. Until next time, stay wavy and keep it loopy. Cheers.